Hello everybody, the Nameless Narcissist here once again, a simple man diagnosed with NPD, giving the facts on narcissistic personality disorder and the things that go on in my head. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, but keep in mind, I am no clinician, I can only speak to my own experiences. So, if the narcissist was honest, this is something I struggle with. Honesty in general is something hard for me, if I'm being real. Like, it's hard for me to be honest with myself, let alone other people. I feel like the defining factor of who I am is like fraudulence almost. Like everything feels so fake, and to some degree everything is fake. Everything is a performance. Maybe not a performance, but like calculated and purposeful. Not everything. Sometimes my emotions get the best of me, and I'll do things on accident I don't realize, but everything feels very calculated, and nothing feels like I don't feel like I can just like be, So being honest is hard, but I'm going to try to be honest to like what I actually feel and what I actually experience right now. And like the first thing I want to talk about is just like this like disdain I have for like basically everybody. Just this, how much I look down on people, and I just go on the street and I just feel disgusted just like looking at everyone. I'm like, oh my God, how are you so ugly? How are you so stupid? How are you, like, your dog looks dumb? Like anything you can think of, I'm going to, like, my internal monologue is just this constant stream of just judging people, just thinking they're so stupid, and just, oh my God, they're insects is what it feels like. They feel disgusting to me. Like, they don't even feel, other people don't even feel like human, I guess. I mean, I guess I don't really feel human, but whatever. And like that internal monologue definitely turns in on myself if I'm not being careful. Well, no, it always does, like, but especially if I'm like alone and I don't have anybody else to take that stuff out on, I'll be thinking, oh my God, I'm so disgusting, I'm stupid, like looking at every single one of my flaws, and that sucks. And like even the people in my life, or especially the people that used to be in my life, how I just feel like they're so ungrateful for everything I've done for them. And like, I know a lot of this is like, and keep in mind, as I'm talking, I'm going to kind of let my narc brain just go. I'm not trying to be healthy like I usually am. So I know that these things aren't necessarily true, but I'm just it's just going. I'm just letting it go. And like, I just hate them so much because I'm like, because like they were nothing without me, before me. I gave them everything. I did everything in my power to make sure that they were taken care of. Ostensibly, I know that's not completely true because, I was kind of a shitbag at certain points, but it feels like I just did everything and I was held to these standards that nobody else is. It feels like everybody else can mess up and it doesn't matter, but when I do, it's the end of the world. And like everything always feels like that. It feels so unfair all of the time. Everything feels like I can't win. I can't be the one that can just exist. I can't I guess you don't really know, but I'm trying my best to describe this. And it feels like everyone's just lying. It feels like nobody has ever actually cared. Nobody has actually ever cared about me. And like, because if they did, then why? And like, obviously they don't care, because if they did, they wouldn't leave. And I know that this is like, not true technically, but like, you don't leave people you care about. It just seems like common sense to me. If you leave somebody, that means you hate them, more or less. Or that you're trying, or I guess alternatively, that you're trying to get them to chase after you. But I'm not pathetic, so I wouldn't do that. Oh, I know that's stupid. But it's like, to me, it's like care and love means you hurt. If two people hurt each other over and over and over again, and they still stick around, that's what care and love means to me. It's the only thing that makes sense. Like, otherwise, like, people talk about unconditional love. Unconditional love doesn't fucking exist, because if not for that. And like, and it's hard. It feels like people, like, and it's like, I know that like I suck people into myself and like basically make myself the center of their world. I don't mean to. It also takes the kind of person that would like be willing to be absorbed. It's not my fault. It feels like people put me in the center of their lives and then resent me for being at the center of their lives when they feel like they have no more autonomy. And I'm like, it's like I literally, one of my first best friend, literally, like, he would complain that he felt like my sidekick. And I'm like, well, he apparently complained, never said that to me, obviously. never said anything to me, and he just cut me out for no fucking reason, because he's an ungrateful prick who needs to burn in hell. Yeah, and when I say no reason, I mean like he had a reason in quotes, but it was a really stupid one. Even like basically he got upset that like I did something scummy, something that he had also done at some point. But, okay, I slept with somebody who had a boyfriend, and he cut me out over that, saying he's sick of watching me hurt people, even though I tolerated an entire affair that he had with a girl that was dating one of my friends, because I was like, you're my best friend. That means I'm loyal to you. I'm loyal to you above all else. But you know, when I do something bad, see, that's the thing. I'm held to standards that nobody else is. And to this day, I can't even tell, like, some of my, like, I have two people who I would consider like my two best friends, and I can't even tell them that like I actually care about them, because I'm afraid that once they know that I care, that means they'll see that I'm weak, and then that once they see that I'm weak, they'll see that they don't need me anymore, and then I'm worthless, and then they'll leave me. Because that's what happened. As soon as he realized that he didn't need me, he left. That's what everyone does. They don't. Because as soon as people realize that like you're not something that can be a pillar of stability in their life, because the only value you fucking have, then they don't care about you anymore. Because you have nothing else to offer. Because you're a fucking hollow shell who has no actual substance behind them. It's just not fair. It's just so lonely. And I just don't get it. It's like, why, like, people want somebody to rely on, and then like they hate you because they rely on you. They find it so comforting to rely on somebody, but then they resent the lack of autonomy. It's not my fucking fault that they're desperate for that kind of shit. And like I tried to be as responsible as I could with that authority, and maybe I did a bad job at it. Whatever, I can like admit that. But I fucking I wasn't malicious. I wasn't trying to hurt people. And hell, maybe they should just like start having a personality if they don't want to be absorbed by me and feel like my sidekick. Just saying. My personality may be a disorder, but at least I have a personality. I'm like really low on friends nowadays. I used to have so many fucking friends. Not anymore. They all leave eventually. Then they resent me because I still talk to an ex that I was toxic with. Me and her had like this horrible on and off relationship where we hurt each other a lot. People may as well have thought that we were like, people couldn't tell if we loved each other or hated each other. So every time we'd break up, we'd like go on these awful smear campaigns towards each other. I lost a lot of friends over her too. We both lost a lot of people over each other though. And like, at least she comes back. She's the only person that in my life who has like actually proved that she cares. Nobody else has, because everyone else leaves. She might leave, but she'll come back. Like, what? How am I supposed to complain about that? Like, I'll cut out 100 other people over her, because I know that like she won't leave me. She's the only person that I like actually trust loves me. She's not even like me. She's not even like nice to me. She's like actively mean to me. But like, I don't care. I'd rather be abused and loved than not loved. And like I keep her at a healthy distance nowadays, because I know we're just bad for each other, but at least she's around. At least somebody cares. And people still won't get mad at me about it though. Why are you doing that? You're being self-destructive. Or, oh, it's so irresponsible. It's a stupid idea. Blah, 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 blah. It's ridiculous. It's like, okay, well, you try being unlovable. And when you leave, you'll see why I keep her around. feels like, it feels almost just that the only person that can love a monster is the one that actively beats him. Not literally, but, you know, figuratively. I kind of think about that sometimes, that that's the only person that is ever going to love me. Like, truly. All of like the ugly parts that she's seen of me. Better than being alone. It's like people talk about how like, oh no, people will love you and stuff like that. It's like, no. It's like people see the parts of me that are disgusting and broken, and they don't love them. Like, the real me isn't even this video. The real me is when I'm sobbing at 4 a.m, vomiting into the toilet from alcohol and shame, and crying that I'm defective and sick, and like yelling at the person to get away from me, and also wishing secretly that they come back, screaming about how people envy me, how everyone has betrayed me, how everyone's ungrateful, how I've been so wrong by the world. Because that's the real me right there. That's the only part of me that feels real. I only feel real when I'm a fucking wreck. And people don't love that. And they act like it's some kind of choice. Like, no, it just like, I just get, it's not a choice. It just spills out sometimes. That's why I'm always trying to hide from people. And you're welcome for that. You're welcome for trying to hide that. I thought my last ex was going to be able to love me despite that stuff. Because she saw that part of me a few times. Oh well. I'm being too honest. Take your fucking meds.